thing as fish and chips with cod. It's all haddock, mackerel, halibut, even. Some of it's probably cod. I wouldn't know. Fresh fish doesn't have that strong fishy smell. I didn't think so. This is very time consuming. No wonder nobody wanted to do this. Imagine if I had to do this every week. Putrefaction is the name of the process that makes the fishy smell. So putra, meaning spoiled or bad, right? I don't know what putra means in Latin. Faction meaning smelling it. Or it's like what does faction mean in so faction as a word? Um I know about torrefaction, I know about olfactory, I know about um does it have to do with processing into another form like aerosolizing? Interesting. Because torrefaction has to do with the whole steaming process of coffee grounds, right? Oop. So it very well could be that. So this is going to take a while. Not that long. I only have like one more after this, but maybe. We got little buds to take off. We're picking them off. We're picking them off. We're picking them off. This isn't time consuming at all. I want to get the little sticks out of them too. I don't know if I want to do this. Not, I mean, I don't mean on stream. I mean, like, I'm thinking about making a cocktail and serving it to people for a month, right? And then having to do this once a week. And I would probably end up having to do it with more. Faction, production, process, making. Ooh. Also, in terms of Command and Conquer Red Alert, whether or not you are GDI or the Hand of Nod. Right? You love Command and Conquer? I loved it too. For sure. I played Command and Conquer before I played StarCraft. I never ended up playing StarCraft 2. I played a lot of StarCraft 1. Online too, which was a nightmare. I wonder if I would even be good at it anymore. I feel like I would get frustrated. Like I would be better than I was when I was like 12. Like I would be like, man, I'm so much better than I was. And then I'd still be garbage compared to anybody who plays online. StarCraft 2 co-op is great. Ooh. Is it online or local? I'm just curious. So putrefaction is literally the same process of growing rotten. Oh. It's kind of gross. Online co-op. And you play as characters from the story instead of rando people. I like the story. Sometimes I go back and I watch the cinematics just to like be reminded of what the story was. Azteca, what are you doing? Rice bowl or sushi? Sushi. Man, this is the longest sushi order I think I've ever seen, Flowers. By the way, the longest process I've ever seen. I hope it's very good. I think bowls are like basically poke bowls and they're just lazy. Also, I think burritos are over the top and it's too much. Cheap or expensive? There's probably a reason why it's more expensive. I would go with expensive. Plus, if you get cheap, I've seen the places that are cheap. You better be careful. Century Sam asks, what's a video game cutscene you enjoyed rewatching as a kid? To start, probably watching the very first ones that I enjoyed rewatching. Were the Diablo 2 ones with the Archangel Tyrael. And later on, as a kid, rewatching cutscenes. No, the first one, the very, very first one. Do you all want to see it? I will show you the very first cutscene that I rewatched as a kid. And you know what? It was by force because it's at the beginning of the game. But also honorable mention, Warcraft 3, the real-time strategy game, Warcraft. Nobody knows what Warcraft is anymore. Warcraft 3 had an intro cutscene that was really cool. The ending of Halo 1. Oh my god. Hell yeah. You know what? I think I did a pretty good job with this. I'm going to show you, it's only like a 30-second cutscene, but I'm going to show you the cutscene I was most into. And anybody also in chat, do you have any like particularly favorite cutscenes that you like to watch? Or games that were just like, this is my moment, you know? You played Night Elves in Warcraft? I did too. I wanted to be cool. Night Elves are cool, man. Night Elves are cool. They look a little weird. They look a little weird now. Now that I've experienced more fantasy elves situations. My character in Elder Scrolls Online is a dark elf. It's a dark elf sorcerer vampire. I want this task to be done before I move on for a second. Before I take my gloves off. So that's why I'm waiting. But I'm going to show you all a quick, like, 30-second cutscene. I also considered streaming this game. It's an NES game. Yeah, I'm going to show you an NES cutscene. If for whatever reason somebody can guess what it is, I'll do something for you. I don't know what, but I'll do something. I doubt anyone would be able to guess a random NES opening cutscene, something you have to see with every time you start up the game. And I will buy you something. Is what I'm saying. You also played Night Elf on WoW? Oh. Look at this. Look at this fuzzy stuff here. NES. NES, y'all. Did Pokemon Stadium have an opening cutscene? Did it? I also like that. If that was your favorite, that's a good one. Bayou Billy. I had Pokemon Stadium on N64. I played the shit out of it. I imported my Pokemon from Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Color into it. So I was OP as hell. Nothing was hard because I had trained manually without any rare candy glitches or anything. Any rare candies at all. I trained 2 different Pokemon to level 100. You chose the cheaper roll called New Vegas roll. New It's deep fried roll with spicy tuna, crab, cucumber, lemon slices, and citrus sauce. It's gonna be great. Pokemon Stadium was the best. It was dope. Bayou Billy though, what a throwback. What a throwback. The only Pokemon game you played was Snap. I love Snap. I was a huge Pokemon fan. I watched it every morning. Every morning. And you know what? I was kind of miserable when I woke up in the mornings. I was very asleep. I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. for school every day. And Pokemon would come on around 7, I think. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's a good call. One of those was a really good call, but it's not right. One of those I did watch. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES was the first game I ever beat. Front to back. I didn't even beat Mario before that because I never got to like the end, you know? I beat Mario after that. Mario 3 was the one that I beat after that. Oh, why did I throw it away? The fuck? John? It's still good. It's still good. I got confused, okay? Okay? It's fine. Everything's fine. What's all this then? Hey, Mark. What's up? How are you? I almost threw away something I wanted to use. My dank red nugs. How you doing? You trying to jazz on Saturday or what? Hope you're having a nice day. Ninja Turtles, relatively short game. Very hard because you only got the 4 turtles. You only got the 4 turtles and their lives. There was like no way to heal them, essentially. Maybe. That's a good maybe. There was like no way to like get them to like get their health back. Maybe once or twice you can eat some pizza and you get your health back. And then there were just levels that were maniacal. And it was so hard that I got frustrated. So I decided to beat it at like 4 years old or 6 years old or something. Oh, Mark, you probably remember NES games a lot better than I do. We're trying to guess what NES game's opening cutscene Cheese really loved as a kid. What's that supposed to mean, Soup? I remember NES very well. We have sumac here, though. We took the berries off the nugs, and I'm dumping it into here. No. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. We've got sumac berries. In honor, before I do another step, I'm going to show you my favorite NES cutscene. Hi, Sylvan. I don't really game a lot. I didn't really game a lot. I was more of a Genesis guy. Genesis was awesome. Genesis was when I knew that I was into it. Like, NES was like, my dad probably got it because he was secretly playing when I was at school. But I got really good at those games. And then Genesis came out and it was like, now I'm playing video games. Like, now we're making moves, you know? I'm just going to pull it up right now, though. I forgot I did that. Don't. Okay. Let me pull this up. But that's not how we do it. Hi. This is my favorite opening cutscene, and it is from the game Ninja Gaiden, the original one, NES. And you know what? I'm watching it. 1 minute. Incredible. It said, Ryu, I'm on my way to a life or death duel. Oh, he got a note from his father. If it is destiny that I should not return, you are to take the dragon sword from the Hayabusa clan and go to America and see the archaeologist, Walter Smith. Ryu, be always brave. I will get my revenge. Ha ha ha! That's how I choose to read that. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden. Hell yeah, dog. Play. Also that's I heard like a song recently that sampled that last part of that song. In there it was like a rap song, and I was like, this is from that game. I was like losing it. I was almost watched the opening for Pokemon Crystal. The opening for Pokemon Yellow was Pikachu doing a bunch of sports items that reminded me of the California Games, which is like an SNES game where California Games was like surfing, hacky sack, frisbee, and like it was a really fun game that was like couch multiplayer. And I liked it a lot, and it was like Pikachu surfing and stuff like that, and I liked it. Noise similar melodic lines as Zelda. Oh, it might be in the same key as Hyrule Field, actually. I watched the opening to the Powerpuff Girls Game Boy Color game. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was just a good intro for the show, too. I watched a lot of Powerpuff Girls around the age of 10, 11 maybe. And it was good. I don't care. So we watched a video earlier about sumac, right? About these specific sumac, whatever the heck berry things. And the nice woman there actually blended or put in a food processor her sumac berries. So I'm gonna honor it and say, you know what, I'll do the same on a low speed. I just noticed there's like a couple like stems among them that I'm just gonna take off. Sushi is an hour and a half wait. Oh my god, dude. Sometimes I forget how fortunate I am when I try to order food. You know? Where I'm like, all right. Or like I just like go around the corner, you know? Yeah. Good call though. Good call though, y'all. Y'all had really good guesses. The Bayou Billy, maybe not. but it was an enjoyable guess. And that's more important than anything, in my opinion. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to blend. I'm gonna lightly blend sumac berries. I'm gonna drop half of them everywhere. Then I'm gonna squeeze them like this, so they fall in. I want to try what she was saying. So I'm going to take some cool water, maybe throw a couple ice cubes in it. I'm going to throw these into a pitcher. You never know who's played Bayou Billy. They walk among us like normal people. I hope everyone that has played Bayou Billy is okay. Are they safe? Are they okay? I'm cutting off the extra stem portion of these. I don't think I need them. It's kind of just like the leftovers is what you want. This is the equivalent of trying to make weed butter out of your leftover bud trimmings. I'm going to make lemonade out of my leftover bud trimmings. Hell yeah. My one of my favorite games to play, which I still have, like I have it downloaded on my Wii U, is called Adventure Island. Ugh. I'm just not going to use that. It was called Adventure Island. And it was like a random dude in like a leaf skirt, but he was, for some reason, he looked like he was coming off of a golf outing, but got stuck on an island and then just skateboarded everywhere. Agent Worthless, thanks for the resub. How you doing? Welcome back. I'm going to put some cool water in here, and I'm just going to throw these dank nugs in here. They're not dank. They don't smell like anything. They smell like mild citrus and flowers. So taco, tostada, or salad. Ooh, we have options happening. Taco, tostada, or salad. I think we can just 86 the salad safely. Adventure Island, like from Hunter x Hunter. You know, all right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it out loud. I can't remember if I watched Hunter x Hunter or I thought I did. I can't remember for sure. I feel like I did, but I feel like I watched it in the span of like 4 days, maybe 3 or 4 days. And therefore, I can't remember if I watched it at all. Yeah, and therefore I can't remember if I've seen it. So this is what I'm doing right now. I don't know, it might work. Also, I forgot to check and make sure that my like levels, my light levels didn't make me look orange here. I think I'm okay though. Friends and How I Met Your Mother. I wouldn't even be sane anymore if I binged Friends. I wouldn't even be functional as a human being. I literally would have lost all my thought processes and devolved to my primal instincts. I'm gonna have another shishito pepper because I'm very hungry since I've only eaten a couple shishito peppers today. I'm going to turn that into something. I don't know what, but it's going to be awesome. They are good soup. Honestly, one of the best shishito pepper dishes I've tasted. Now that they've kind of settled down, they could use a little salt, but other than that, they're fine. Other than that, they're really, really good. All right, I'm going to lightly blend this. It's not going to take much. I hope you can't hear that, but I'm sure my noise suppression is doing something weird. You know what else is doing something weird? This whole thing. Hang on. I got to get the sides off of it. I think I'm going to have to like pull it out and then put it back on top of the blades and then put it back again. This is just to break it up a little bit. It's not to blend it. It's not to grind it. I'm using a blender for not its intended purposes, essentially, right now. When you talked earlier, I could hear it grating a little, but not otherwise. Oh, The noise suppression software that I have that's like third party is so good. Like I've gone back and been like, oh wow, that's actually like pretty good. Because there's generally a lot of sounds happening behind me. Big fan. Makes it sound nice and smooth. Also, not a huge deal, but it is to me because I have been enjoying my content lately and making little clip video thingies out of it. But the wall behind my setup that I'm facing when I talk is sound panels. So it reduces the amount of echo that happens. Making for much cleaner sounding stuff. Thank you, Soup. I'll, on that note, also push a button. Because I feel like it, but thank you. That's true. I actually haven't asked a single time yet for anyone to host a stream, and I did see that people did already host a stream, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you for doing that. Lena! Hi. What's up? How you doing? I think it's actually safe to do it at a higher speed. I don't call out the people who host the stream because some people like to lurk and I don't want them to feel like they can't host it without being called out. But I see it and I appreciate it very much. It does help people see the stream even if they follow me. You're good? Awesome. I think this is enough. I'm blending up some sumac berries right now. Just to get the skins kind of loosey-goosey on the outside of them so I can scratch them on a strainer and hopefully have a product to work with that's reasonable. How's you and the cocktails and the food? These shishito peppers are awesome. This is the first thing I made. I'll work with that a little bit more in a little bit. And right now, I just had sumac flowers, which I probably should have kept one so that I could, like, show people, like, hey, this is what I did. But I don't have, it's not that much. Oh, wow. Look at this. You can see the outer husk. You can see the seeds, but then you can also see the outer side of it. So it's separated. I didn't know hosting helped until you mentioned it, and now I do it for everyone. Oh, thanks, Bacon. I'm sure everybody who gets hosts because of that really appreciates it, too. That's really kind of you. Y'all are real ones who host. I gotta tell you. It actually does help the streamer even when you don't have followers. Because it pushes the algorithm recommendations. Cool. So it separated the seeds a little bit, and I don't think it like messed it up at all. Here. Before you got the blender close, I thought you were mincing some meat. Oh. Oh no. That's kind of hard to see, actually. I'll show it on the other camera. So you can see the little seeds kind of getting separated. I'm gonna grab another glove. I'm going to basically rub the seeds on this little sieve to get the red stuff to go through, essentially. She was using a pestle. Like, she's like, if you have a mortar and pestle, you can use a pestle. And I think I just knocked some right into it immediately. That's good. That's great. This is actually making the spice itself for sumac. It's a little wet, too, it feels like. And I don't think it's supposed to be wet. I think it's supposed to be cured out. But it's kind of like making... Should I even say that? No, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I hope y'all are having really nice days out there, taking care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. I've had a quart and a half of water so far today, but I've only been awake for 4 hours. So I think that's an acceptable rate of intake for water. Grab a snack too. You deserve it. I just re-upped on Tasty Cakes. I just re-upped on Tasty Cakes. So Tasty Cakes, for anyone who doesn't know, are like Hostess or Little Debbie or whatever, but they're rather regional, apparently. They've always been present in my area, so I always thought they were just everywhere. But I always need like my stuff, my little treats off to the side for a job well done. And they slap. They really do. Maybe I'll show you one. Why not? Maybe I'll just... I think I wrote it down somewhere. I'm like, do a Tasty Cake tasting stream. Where it's just like a whole row of different kinds of Tasty Cakes and explaining them and just eating them. It's not even like... It's just like literally a taste testing session. It's pretty good. They're like pretty good wrapped baked goods. Right now, I am scraping what seeds have been separated from the red stuff, the fuzzy stuff on the outside. Do you need a guest star for this stream? Like who? I always need guest stars. One of these days. Oh, for the Tasty Cake tasting stream? You know? Imagine. It almost seems like too simple. Where I would need to like have the weird like one-off varieties of Tasty Cakes. Corgi pasta? Probably, yes. It's a good idea. Have you made your own before, Tasty Cakes? You know, I never really thought about it. There's some classic versions of stuff. When Sam made yellow cake the other day, it actually reminded me. It was like a larger version of a specific kind of Tasty Cake, and I knew exactly what it was, and I was like, that is great. I was like, ah! No, don't drop any in there. Oh, wow, that looks crazy, dog. All right. Let me make sure I didn't get any, like, little seeds. I think I made a mess, everybody. What else is new? All right, we're grinding it up. We're making things happen. This is a very time-consuming process. There's little to no way that I want to do this for an actual preparation. But for stream, this is great. Nope. Oh, man. I just dropped some seeds. Hang on. Some got off the edge. If I was making a Tasty Cake version of something, I would want to like do a weird challenge thing. You know? I want it to be like a recognizable signature Tasty Cake. There are so many varieties of Tasty Cakes. You could do a blind taste testing of stuff and guess what they are. But you'd need help. You know, there is a couple friends, streamer friends and things like that too. And friends that could pass through town that would maybe be able to help with that. Corgi Pasta has said she's very into the idea of collabs. We're going to be doing that. I'm very into that idea myself. Hang on. This is almost done. It's starting to look more brown than red in here. Cheesecake. I've never made cheesecake before. Ever. It looks kind of brown. There's some red left here. But I feel like I'm just like improving efficiency. I don't know. Let me go a little bit more aggressive. You ever see those Basque cheesecakes? They're like the like toasted tops. They kind of just look like burnt. Reminds me of flan, but like if flan was like an actual, like not a custard. I've never made cheesecake. I've eaten it though. I don't bake. I think we all saw what happened the last time I tried to bake. So that's gonna also be a form of redemption thing. Goal, if you will. Baking stream. LOL in parentheses. Yeah, Basque cheesecakes. They're like souffle burnt cheesecake. You totally made cheesecake on stream? You almost got me. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't recall. I can't really show you the bottom of this without dropping everything, but if we look... with the flowers. What? The outer husk. The outer husk. With the flowers. With the flowers? Oh, that was cream cheese. Oh, no. I'm talking about the cake. The cream cheese stuffed squash blossoms. Those were awesome. Those were very tasty. I was very proud of myself for making something the first try. So this is weird. I didn't expect it to be like this. I also didn't expect this to be that difficult. I like doing baked goods for birthdays. You make someone a birthday cake and they usually get excited. That's true. It's very true. Mm-hmm. Agreed. This is what I'm left with. And this is kind of scary looking, which in my language is a good thing. Ooh, that's scary looking. I want to use it. I'm weird. All right. Emergency 9. Sumac Blossom on the menu. Yeah. Sumac that ass. You know what I'm saying? Now we're starting to look like sumac. This is scary. This is wild looking, dude. It smells weird, but nice. Makes me want to sneeze. It's pretty freaking cool, isn't it? It's kind of scary, though. I should taste it. Someone clipped that. What do you mean? Nobody clipped that. Nobody clipped that. Good joke, Cheese. Yeah. Emergency 9 literally said that on my tweet. I wonder if I can make this. This just feels like I could make this into a sumac ball. Like a meatball. But of pure spice. Or like a snowball. but of pure death. I want to try it. You're just glad you got to stop by. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Emergency 9. That's really kind. I mean, I also have not... It's my fault, partially, because I did not stream for 2 weeks. But I was very productive, and I got a lot done, and I had to work extra, and I got more of my affairs in order. And you know what? I'm also emotionally better for it. But just because that was separate from streaming. It's not because of the streaming, it's because of my mindset, my outlook on everything else that wasn't streaming. This is cool. Come on, focus. He wants my face. All right. So glad you got your affairs sorted. Yeah, me too. Something about... I don't really talk about what I do outside of what you see on everything. But I do a lot. I'm very busy. I'm a very busy person. I've usually got a lot of shit going on every week. I'm making the ball bigger. I don't know why. Good, bad, ugly, beautiful, productive, lethargic. What did I call myself the other day? The Lord of Languish. That was a good one. Someone I know that came through work said, you generally have a very positive outlook on life, but occasionally you go through a misanthropic period of time. And then I realized that people I know call me a misanthrope. And then I'm like, who the fuck am I hanging out with? I'm a realist, damn it. Okay. I just wanted to do that. I don't know why. I'm going to break it up now. And I'm going to taste it. I don't think I need the seeds. They're not edible. They're not good looking. They're kind of whack. So I'm actually going to throw these out. That doesn't look too dissimilar to some foods you know, but on the inside it isn't allspice, it's just spice on the outside. Yeah. Mouth on the... No. No, I was about to just do a thing. I'm going to leave this the way that it is. And now I'm going to taste it. This is one of those moments where you taste things so that you know your enemy. Because that's how it works. Oh my god, it is so potent. Kiefer! Hi! Wow, that is so cool, though. It tastes like lemons! That is so potent. Shaka. You know what's funny, Keeper? This is basically sumac keef. You put such a large amount on the spoon. It's like an atomic warhead, but a flower. Ah! Awesome. Like spicy lemons. It actually doesn't taste as earthen as the dried sumac stuff that I get as like your regular stuff. It tastes just like lemon, but it's all malic acid. I would just dip my finger in it. I'm not putting a lump of it. Oh my god, it's stuck in my throat. I would dip my finger in it too. At least once. That's awesome. You know what I need to do is one of the recipes that we were talking about. I'm going to take this out of the way. I'm going to put my extra shishito peppers away. And again, we have not only this working, but I'm going to use sumac for... I think I'm going to use sumac in like... I'm going to make like a spiced ground beef situation. Soup, that's disgusting. Nah, it's fine. I'm gonna make a spiced ground beef situation. And make tacos with it, I think. I don't think I need my blender for the rest of the day. But we'll find out. That can change. I wonder if I can easily make, because I have dried thyme, I have sesame seeds, I have sumac. I can make za'atar seasoning right now if I wanted to. And I have these shishito peppers, which would make a great topping to freshen up anything that I'm making, which would also be cool. And... Huh. Wait, where did my chat just go? Oh, there it is. Ground lamb? Yeah, I have beef. Yeah, but like I wasn't even thinking dirty about that one. It's just the implications, you know? Sometimes you just gotta scrape the bottom. Scrape the bottom of the barrel and lick it. However, whatever that means to you. So Fatouche! Oh, what the hell? What was it that I was doing? I can't remember. I can't remember. It was like... It was like, oh, man. It had something to do with Fatouche being on fire, and we don't have no labna, let that motherfucker burn. And I can't remember what it was, but it's around there somewhere. Leave it alone. Something like that. It was a club hit. In the underground clubs, the underground hummus clubs. Soup Fatouche is so good. Basically, live at a Lebanese bakery. Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna look up a recipe. I'm going to look up a recipe for lamb merguez sausage. And I'm going to replace some stuff. Okay. Let's see. I saw the word harissa in there. I don't have a straight harissa recipe, or harissa, whatever. Sorry. I keep saying it like that. But we're going to be back in the cafe for a moment. And then I'm going to pull this out. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Homemade merguez sausage recipe. All right. I'm also going to use my stool for a second. So I have been standing since I started stream. You know what? I'm kind of tired. I'm going to have some coffee. And I'm going to read about lamb merguez sausage here. And you still have the view of my kitchen in the corner. Yeah, we're hanging in the cafe, y'all. Can also turn that off. Homemade lamb merguez sausage. I think this cafe is actually located in Turkey as well. Could be wrong. But it's kind of cool. All right. Wait, I want to pull up chat while I do this. Okay. What do we got here? Why it works. So this is a Serious Eats recipe. And I do trust Serious Eats for a lot of recipes that are based on diaspora, etc. I'm not going to read everything that I do. So clearly they're talking about the sausage part. I'm not looking to make sausage. I am looking to mimic the spice blend. So I'm skipping right now. Lem, please. I'm not stuffing any sausage today. I'm not choosing my fat. I'm not firing up the charcoals, although that would be freaking awesome. We're skipping to right here. Right? For the spice blend. Whole cumin seed, whole coriander seed, whole fennel seed, paprika, salt, cayenne pepper. And then it says 1/3 cup of harissa. I don't know what harissa is made out of. It involves toasting spices and blending them, of course. Do I have to look up a harissa recipe? Oh, hello? Doug Nut! What's up, Doug? Welcome in, Raiders. I'm just sitting in my cafe right now. Ew, Doug, you're stinky. Thank you, Female Sparrow, for changing up the raid message. That's awesome. Welcome on in, Raiders. How you doing today? Potato, what up? Uber P, the Big Venus. Female Sparrow, how you doing? Doug, what's up? How's your stream? Virgold, what's good? Everyone say hi to the Raiders. Very nice people for being here. Hello there. Thank you for shouting out the Doug Nut. You're playing Detroit Become Human. I like how that's circling back right now. I've seen a couple people streaming it, and I appreciate it because I like watching that game. Hi, Starlight. Hello there. Thank you for all the follows, too. Thank you for the follows. Potato, Female Starrow, Virgold, Uber P, Zaid.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Oh my god! You want Madman's knowledge? Oh, I got some knowledge. How was your stream? Stream was good, but my computer started doing a thing. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. When computers act on their own accord. Here, let me come out of my cafe real quick and say hello. Big Venus wants the knowledge. Happens. What are you up to today? I was just processing sumac flowers. So my madman's knowledge today, I cycle through various ones depending on where I'm at in my cooking. If I'm doing a specific thing, I'll talk about what I'm doing. But
I traveled 500 miles to give you my seed.
I've got sumac flour steeping, but I've got the outer husks of these berries on here. And it's like, it tastes like lemons. So these are the outer berries of a flower, the outer husks of a flower berry. And it tastes like lemons, and it's all malic acid that gives that. Malic acid is the primary acid source that you find in apples. Named that way because of malus being the Latin name for apples, and malice coming from evil thing, you know. Sumac is so good. Yeah, and I was just looking up a lamb merguez sausage recipe because I feel like harissa has sumac in it, but I might be wrong. So now I'm going to look up a harissa recipe. And yeah, welcome on in, Raiders. My name's John, also Cheese. I stream cocktail creation and cooking. Bye, Sylvan. What? Sylvan, you're leaving? Hey, have a good night, Sylvan. And thank you. Thank you. I hope to see you again soon. So what I'm doing, I stream cocktail creation and cooking on Twitch. And I focus usually on specific or unique or seasonal or whatever source ingredients. I'll try to explain anything I know about them, but I try to make food and drinks. My job professionally is a cocktail mixologist and bartender. Computer Yogi, hey, welcome in. Thanks for the raid. And the host, the subsequent host, welcome in, buddy. I hope you're having a nice day. How are you doing? Is sumac related to poison ivy? No, so this is a different kind. This is called like staghorn sumac, and it's not related to the, it's not the same as the poison variety. Harissa doesn't have sumac in the initial cooking, but I think it can be added afterwards. Thank you, Venus. I appreciate that. How are you, Yogi? What's going on? Doug, do you have Aleppo pepper? I do. Doug, if you need to shut down and take care of stuff, maybe restart your PC after stream or do whatever it is that you need to do, feel free to lurk. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for bringing some more friends over that I haven't met yet. It's very nice to see you again. It was really nice running into you yesterday, too. If I pay extra, can I have some poison in it? I am making a cocktail. So, yes. Yeah, my computer's doing some funky things, so I'm going to troubleshoot. You're a legend. Thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate it, and thank you again. Yeah, I have Aleppo pepper. Twitch is such a weird place. It wasn't my recommended. Sumac hugging the balls of the Aleppo. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to say that I'm making these things. Thanks for the lurk. I'm going to say that I'm just going to make these things on the fly again. We're going to make our spice blend right now. I do my best work on the fly. I always say that. And what I mean by on the fly is on a whim. Improvising. So yeah, thanks for all the follows, y'all, and thanks for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, especially because it's my first stream back in like 2 weeks. It was almost. I almost like, and also, you know what's awesome about today is that I have both planned more. I was both over-prepared and under-prepared at the same time for this stream. And I decided to say, fuck it, I'm just going to do what I was going to do in my kitchen anyway. And kind of work on stuff. I need a new cocktail. I don't think I'm going to do it with sumac. This was a pain in the ass. This was a pain in the ass to prep. Your stream is great for lurking and chatting. That's really kind of you to say. Thanks, Soup. Do like lurking. I think I can make a good cocktail out of this. But I might not need all of this sumac. This is a lot. This is a lot of sumac. Underprepared and overprepared. Yes. Undercook, overcook. Straight to Joe. Like I had so much that I could talk about. Too much for cocktails to work. I mean, I could buy the dried stuff. It's just cool. Would anyone care? Is actually probably the biggest and first question I would ask when I was making it. If I make this and put all this work into it, is anyone going to care? Probably not. That's okay. I'm going to pull out the ingredients for Za'atar too. You know, I specifically pulled everything down so I wouldn't have to do this, and then I'm realizing that I'm over here anyway. Coriander seed. Coriander seed. So I'm gonna put sesame seed. I realize that you can't see this at all now that I'm looking at it. But we have Aleppo pepper, we have sumac. I'm going to put some sesame seed in here. I'm also going to put some thyme. Plenty of thyme. And then we're going to need like garlic and things like that. So we got sesame seed and thyme over here. What an interesting snack tray. It's very potent. It's a very potent potable. Azteca keeps coming in here. But I know the minute that I turn and try to snatch her up for a hug, she will run the hell away from me. Ah, I got you. Why are you wet? Ever asked that about your pets? She likes it. Azteca is one of the prettiest cats I've seen. She's great. Truly. Hey, you okay? You want some attention? Purring like crazy. I don't want to overdo it for her, though, you know? That's all you get right now. I know, like, me give it, like, 5 more seconds, she would have been like, alright, I'm done. She's at my feet right now, just punching me with her head. But... I'm just gonna actually, because, you know, in my little pepper grinder, wow, that's a nice look right there. Let me just do that for now. In my little pepper grinder that I have, I actually put black peppercorn and coriander seeds at the same time. I don't know, I feel like it spices up, no pun intended, my black pepper. So I like to put it in there. So instead of grabbing ground coriander, and trying to mash it up with a mortar and pestle while shooting little seeds all over my kitchen, I'm just going to grind it up. And you know what I do in order to figure out what it's going to taste like is smell it. That's what I do. Let's see if this works. It does. That's awesome. Wow. That is fragrant. Holy shit. And you know what? I like that. I like that a lot. Putting a marker down for various reasons. It's a neat little dish, too. Mm-hmm. My nose is running. I don't know why. You better catch it. So, cumin was suggested for the sausage itself. Cumin was suggested. A little cumin interaction. How would you... Hi! How would you... I see your question. Hang on. No.
I traveled 500 miles to give you my seed.
How would you ensure a ratio of coriander and black pepper comes out relatively easily? I put it in at the same level. Shake it. I like layer. I'll like put in some black pepper, put in some coriander, put in some black pepper, put in some coriander, and then I'll shake it a little bit. So it goes like cumin, everything. Nice. Hi, Broken Youth. How are you? Ugh. It's so funny because it kind of smells like a little bit like sweat. But like taco seasoning sweat. And yeah, I'm going to put a little in there. Only a little, though. I am going to hydrate if I need to. That's good. That's some good water. One thing that I am going to probably add is garlic. I think we're going to add garlic to this. I don't know. Maybe I can make something with the sumac. The problem is that sumac does not have a unique flavor in terms of if I only used this as a primary ingredient for a cocktail, you would not be able to tell that I used sumac over lemon juice or lime juice even. It would just not pervade the rest of the flavors. So it'd be like kind of a moot point. Why did it feel like somebody else is just like skipping that song? I don't want to hear that. Just fine. So, what's the last part that I have to do here? I'm gonna cut some garlic. But I'm at 3.5 hours, so we're about at the halfway point of my stream, give or take. We still have Concord grapes and quince to work with. We still need to make some cocktails out of the stuff that I'm using, which I feel like I can do something really cool. I'm still going to make a cocktail out of it, even if I don't necessarily. I'm just like not going to use any citrus fruit when I use it. I'm just going to use sumac as the source. But I'm going to use the bathroom really fast, which means I'm going to run an ad if you're not subscribed. I appreciate you. I'm merely giving us the koala bears right now. Koala bears! While I step away for just one moment. BRB. Hey, yo, I'm back. Woo! Very effective. Just learned that the Wagyu can apply to the rest of the cow. Saw Filipino dish kare kare. We've talked about this a couple times. That specific dish made with Wagyu oxtail. So Wagyu is the breed of the cow. You can grow or produce Wagyu as a breed of cow anywhere, really. I think Wisconsin has very specific farms for it, actually. It's only when it's Kobe beef does it have to be Japan. And it goes through, you know, classification phases, etc. Speaking of cow, I would like to cook some ground beef off, I would say. Do I do it in that pan or do I do it in a different pan? I'm gonna do it in my cast iron. Because I feel like it would work better. I've been taking a lot of thought and whatever into this. I'm seeing what leaving the stems in the water will do. But I feel like I'm going to actually make pink lemonade. Sumac pink lemonade after this. To go with my tacos. Because I'm making tacos, everyone. By the way, I'm making tacos. I don't care. They're going to be ground beef. But they're going to be... They're going to be ground beef, but they're also going to be spiced, almost akin to a merguez sausage. And with the pink lemonade concentrate that I'm going to make with the sumac, I will also I just realized I haven't had a towel on this entire time. Also, I'm going to get my apron because this is going to have some splashback probably situations. Sumac pink lemonade. Yeah, which is apparently like a traditional drink, is to make pink lemonade out of the sumac. You just add sugar. So I'm going to make pink lemonade syrup with sumac. And I'm going to grab a towel because I want to wipe off my cutting board. I try to use my towels rather than just a paper towel every single time to like reduce waste because I can just wash my towels, you know? Hang on. Yes, that was me. Just a little shout out to everybody who's hanging out. Whoever you may be. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chilling and vibing. This is a good Friday. Taking a lot of time to think about what I'm doing on this stream in particular. But everything will turn out really, really awesome. I just know it. It's been a good, relaxing time. Am I still feeling this music variety? Yeah, I like this music. I like it. I'm going to keep my spice blends out, or my spice options out, because I might have to bolster it. I don't know. It depends on the amount of beef. I bought like a family pack of ground beef. And I was just going to make like burgers one day. I mean, I guess I don't have to use all of it. But am I going to make burgers? You know, I'm taking a break from seeing my family this week, and it's really nice to get to watch your stream and actually relax at my own house. Hell yeah, Suit. That's great. Because, yeah, you're in my kitchen. We're hanging out in my kitchen right now. This is me hanging out. Just chilling, listening to music. If I was hanging out in my kitchen, I'd be listening to some music. I probably wouldn't be listening to this right now, actually, but I like it. What would I be listening to right now? Honestly, probably some like 10 years after, or some Allman Brothers, or Stevie Wonder. If I was like hanging in my kitchen right now with vinyls, I don't have the time to choose every song that comes on right now. Right now, I'm going to prep a little bit of garlic. There was a lot of fruit flies that just came out of my one spot back there, and now I'm like, I need to I need to go searching and figure out where they're coming from now. It is fruit fly season. It is high summer, as we would say. They're a pain in the ass, man. Once they're there, it's so hard to get them out of there. And I get it, you know. But they attach to like anything you're doing. I have fruit flies all over my party. I had Gachi's way. I feel that with my entire heart. Exactly, Libby. Like, where the fuck are you coming from, you little red-eyed bastard? I'm talking about the fruit flies. No offense to any red-eyed bastards out there. Fruit flies are wild, man. On the one hand, I don't like them, and I use flypaper as nunchucks to destroy their entire existence whenever I can. Show yourself, you little fuck. Yeah, I like pulled out the sumac flower earlier. They, on the other hand, they are largely the basis of our knowledge of hereditary processes in animals, and the fact that some variations of genes can take dominance over others. Fruit flies and ants. You know what? I actually have not had very many ants this year. I found an ant colony outside in where I least expected it, and that was a fun, itchy moment for me. But otherwise, they have stayed the hell away from my house. Have you cleansed yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka? Not recently. Man, when was the last time I was in a lake? The ocean is close enough here. That if I was like going on an outing for like, say, summer style outing, we have water near us kind of thing, probably would go to the ocean. Yeah, welcome back, y'all. And also, if you were still here, or if you were here and lurking, or if you are currently doing that right now, thank you. Thanks for chilling. I appreciate that. This has been a vibe. Tell me about fruit fly phenotypes, right? Drosophila melanogaster. I like literally will never forget the name of it. The Latin name for fruit flies. Drosophila fly melanogaster colored eyeball. I get a nervous tick when I see fruit flies. I'm so sorry. I'll try to keep them off the stream. I talked to them earlier. They said, yeah, buddy, we got you. We heard you're gonna come over here and make a nice little dish. We're gonna stay out of your ish. You know what I mean? And I was like, thank you, Mr. Fruit Fly. The problem is when the fruit flies unionize. You know, I'm all for unions, but like, come on. Half of them are just sitting there on my tomatoes, not doing anything. I don't know. We were checking for combinations between wild type and mutated flies. The little vermilion eyes. Vermilion's a cool color. I'm just saying, I learned a lot of my cool colors from Pokemon towns. And vermilion, pretty cool. Hi, Shay. What up? Do you have solutions to my failing marriage? Hi, Shay. How are you? Fruit flies do like wine, so putting some soap in there will make them drown. It's true. If you put soap in the solution that they dive into, they don't fly very well and they can't walk up the wall to get out. So they drown. Hi, Cheese. Other than the failing marriage, you're doing great. Oh, that's good. Look on the bright side. I had nothing after that. I'm just saying, just saying to look at it. You know, I don't know. don't know where it is. Just take a look, bruh. You think you could play my hand? You think I would play my hand? You ever see hundreds of fruit flies swimming in alcohol? I haven't seen hundreds. I've seen a lot. Seen a lot in my time. My solution is all pain heals with time or becomes accustomed to. And when we remember that what we thought were pros were actually cons to something that we made integral to our lives, or maybe even that the journey we can take being free of the shackles of our previous life choices and what may be different than who we are presently compared to who we were then, that we can effectively make our best foot forward for our own self-interests. For the hypothetical failing marriage. Everybody. And then I'll follow that up with a, it's gonna be great. I'm actually gonna zoom in on this really quick too. Garlic. You know what's weird? I recall somebody saying that garlic was sticky. And that it's a pain to work with because it's sticky. So they buy jars of garlic because it's easier to work with. That's true. But I'm wondering, like, how much garlic were you getting on your hands? Because if you're seeing how I'm doing it, you just slowly slice it down the line. Then you flip it around 90 degrees. And you cut it in the other direction. And I have, like, one sliver of garlic on my finger. It is kind of sticky. And then I just give it a little push. In the back of my knife, I push it off to the side. Hard. You had to dissect a fruit fly. I don't think I ever had to dissect them. Did I? No. That's cool. That's tiny. What you do is you knock them out with carbon dioxide. Well, you basically suffocate them with air. You put them in a jar of carbon dioxide and they pass out. And then you pick them up, you look at the eyeballs, you count it, and you move on. Well, the recipe calls for 2 cloves, so obviously you do 50 cloves. And that's probably not how I got sick of cutting garlic. Shay, you got a point. Actually. Jars of garlic are fine. I just feel like the potency of the flavor dies a little bit over time. And then it turns more into like an oil spread, which is also a valid thing to do. Oil and garlic, perfectly fine together. Really cool. I think this is going to be my essentially my spice blend, not including salt. Do I make all of the beef right now? Or do I save a little for a different time? I would need a separate bag to put it in temporarily if I choose not to use all of it. And then I would have to use it this weekend. Am I okay to expose my food sins here? Absolutely, Shay. Are you kidding? I actually, despite my tone of voice sometimes, do not judge people. I am incredulous plenty of times. I am surprised. I am taken aback. I'm not mad at anyone's choices generally. I was trying to think of a thing that I would be like, what? You know, no. Don't care. People like what they like. And you have to deal with that. Sometimes you just want a Malibu Bay Breeze because it's delicious. And I can't argue with that. They can't all be zingers either. Never judgmental. Use jars of things for everything. Use garlic powder. Garlic powder tastes different than fresh garlic, and you should use both in most recipes that call for one or the other. Actually, unless it's like you're going to burn it. You barely find the motivation to cook, so you make it real easy for me. And I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And for other examples of things, people stream just as other streamers. People do stream like easier kits of things to do, or like things that, you know, they're presenting like, this is what I do, like whether it be a brand or like a set or like an instant version of something. I think that's fucking great. 100% you should be feeding yourself with what you got and what you like and what you know how to cook, because you know what? That means you're doing something for yourself, which makes me feel good that you are doing a great job, because I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? 100% Shay. I will make your life easier. To me, chopping garlic or like various vegetables isn't hard. Because I've done it so many times. But if I don't do it that often, I would just buy a jar too. And I don't always cook for myself, you know? Yeah, seriously, you got to do what you got to do to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know what I want to do? I think I'm going to use half of my ground beef and I'm going to save the other half. But I'm going to use all of this flavor because I'm a maniac. And this is going to be extremely flavorful ground beef. I don't know if I'm going to do the thing that I think I'm going to do, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's weird. I'm only judgmental of people being judgmental in other positions of power. Yes, absolutely. I'm a hater of haters. I think it's cool when people feed themselves and do whatever it is that's cool. I think somebody said, don't judge me for making my, like the other day it was like adjacent. I was in somebody else's chat and they're like, Cheese, don't judge me for making pizza rolls. I don't know if it was any of you guys, but I would never. I love pizza rolls. Okay? Or I got Taco Bell. I've heard that one too. Like, I just got Taco Bell. Like, don't judge me. Are you fucking kidding me? I want Taco Bell. It's like, thank God somebody got it. I don't mind. You know what I want to do? I want to grab a Ziploc bag really quick. 1 second. All right. Ziploc bag for future things I got to store. I'm going to flip it inside out so it's easier. I'm going to heat this. I don't think I need to necessarily toast any of my... Do I need to turn this on? Maybe. I think when I do the overhead cam, I should have this light on But when I do the forward cam, I should turn that light off. The problem is that I noticed on 2 different ones of my VODs where I was trying out this new lighting situation, on 2 different times, I ended up forgetting to turn this light off, so it made it look washed out for the rest of the stream. We'll see. We're going to do butter. I'm just going to start heating the cast iron now because it can do whatever it wants. Just going to grab a few little knobs of butter. Maybe one more for good measure so it covers the whole pan. Any thoughts on using plastic Ziploc versus silicone reusable ones? Reusable Ziplocs? I didn't even know they had those. I'm going to be honest. Using glass or plastic jars. Glass jars if it's going in hot. I use quart containers, and I will be using quart containers to store my leftovers today. Soup containers, deli containers, the plastic ones. The ones I drink water out of. Oh, for storing spices? Usually I do glass or metal. And that's only because I want them to be dry and I want them to not be reactive in case there is any acid component in the spice itself. For instance, sumac has the spice presence or the acid present, which would react to plastic or something. Plastic absorbs the smell. You never get it out again. That's true. If it's a spice, especially. Mm-hmm. Okay. Once this is melted, once that last piece of butter is melted, we're going to add garlic. Then I'm going to figure out my meat situation. But I have a feeling that this is all going to come together very nicely. Maybe. You can use leftover stuff. So I was even considering maybe making this and then having leftover ground beef. All right, we're going to toast up some garlic, and I'm going to quickly get the meat out. Because I just realized that I probably should have done this sooner. And now I'm like, oh shit. I'll talk about what I was talking about in a second. So I got a butt ton of ground beef. I wonder if silicone would have a similar absorption factor. Depends on what. My voice just cracked. It depends on what spice you're using. Yeah, I think we're going to go with half, and then I'm going to save the other half. So I've got butter and garlic in my cast iron here. Because I'm not going to need all of this. And then I'll save the other half. This was a family pack, so you can already see that this is like... that's like almost a pound of ground beef that I just took only half. It's on sale. I'm sure it was because of Memorial Day. Memorial? Oh my god, what month is it? Labor? Who even cares? Somebody said, oh, the holiday weekend. And I'm like, what? The fuck you mean? I don't keep track of, like, holidays. Really. I never got off for them, so I never cared. It's been like 20 years. Why would I start caring now? Dwarf Jern, what's up? What's on the frying pan? Is that brain? Yeah. 100% it's a brain. This temperature needs to come down significantly. Hello. Some bullshit holiday. It's definitely not about the laborers anymore, that's for sure. Okay. So I've got, well, before I do this, I'm gonna salt this situation. If it was about the laborers, they wouldn't have to work on Labor Day. Exactly. Plenty of salt. Look at me not having to reach above the stove to get to the salt anymore. Man, I reorganized all my shit, and I am very proud of myself. You know what? I did it when I wasn't feeling well. So it's like, am I going manic right now? Maybe, but who cares? All right, I'm literally doing this. I don't care. We have Aleppo pepper going in. We have fresh sumac. We've got the thyme and sesame and the everything else situation kind of combining in there. Chorizo Joe, what's up? And I'm going to cut up my ground beef. I'm going to push some stuff around. We're going to start browning our ground beef. Brown the beef. Once it's kind of broken up so that it's like a flat layer, then I'm going to try to mix up this. I'm going to try to mix up these spices first into it so that the flavors are evenly distributed. You know, I didn't use any fennel. I think we'll be okay, though. So we've got Aleppo pepper, sesame, thyme, salt, sumac, a little bit of cumin. Not so much that it tastes like tacos, but like a good hefty palmful. I don't have very good measurements, y'all. If you've not been around my streams very much. I go by whole ass. I go by metric fistfuls. I go with pinchy poos. I go with other various items of the sort, of the ilk, if you will. Reorganized stuff can be very stressful. Feels so good when you're done. You know what's awesome is I knew it would make my streams better because I'm not wondering what I have, but also my food won't really spoil, or like I'll know what I have, and I'll know at one glance, like, I can just look at this shelf rack and be like, all right, I have this, 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 and this. All right, let's go. You know? And I can just grab it, rather than trying to push past other items in my cabinets. Cabinets are the worst. If you actually have to reach up and get something. Like, if you have to actually use something in your kitchen, cabinets are, like, the worst place you can put something. I have like an IKEA shelf metal rack that has like my blender, my teapot kettle, and my coffee maker as appliances. A microwave all the way in the top corner now, which I moved because I don't use it really. I think this is good. I think this is a good situation we have going on here. And then it smells great. I'm going to say this for one more turn, but it is a raw beef. Well, I can wash it. It's a raw beef spatula. I'm just going to live with it. But yeah, cabinets, like, if you have to actually reach up and grab something, it's such a pain in the butt. Like, it really is. It's just like, come on, man. Okay, we have a clean spatula now, not a raw beef spatula. My spices are in. Good combo, smelling nice. Plenty of toasted garlic smell. We are cooking. You're cooking beef in butter, which is like funny. I don't know. It's not like a lot. Well, it's not like a ton of butter, but it's enough that it wasn't going to let anything be dry in the pan and burn, you know? It is sizzling my timbers currently. And I'll also turn it because my stove leans forward, which, by the way, I just remembered. Wobble wedges. I'm going to get some, whatchamacallit. Here, now you can, like, see it. I'm going to get some of those, like, table, like, wedges for, like, where you put it in, like, under the tiny little thing of the table. Put it underneath of the front of my stove. Hello, Jam Plan. Oh? I am grabbing. Holy shit, I forgot. Nah, I can work with that afterwards. I have something else. Dude, I have so many items that I can cook today that it's like kind of getting to the point of like, uh-oh. There's these peppers I want to show y'all. Shit, what was I doing? I was adding to my to-do list wobble wedges for my stove. Wobble wedges for my stove. No way. Wobble wedges stove. Having an unlevel stove oven is such a pain. It really is. You know how many things that we work with in our daily lives as human beings that we're just like okay with, that are actually like kind of inconveniences on our regular steps of what we do to exist. And we just put up with it, but we don't realize we're putting up with it because we're just resilient people. That's probably something I've had for years, and I haven't even thought about fixing it. But the more that I've tried to fix things in, believe it or not, OBS and streaming stuff, the more I've realized that if you can do it better, you probably should, rather than just dealing with it, is incredible. I'm now going to stir up my beef. I'm also going to switch my... This is almost done. I'm also going to switch my my monitor really quick so I can hear stuff. Yeah, this is just about done. I actually might stop cooking it soon because you can overcook ground beef. Looking yummy, thanks. It's just the beef too. You can overcook ground beef, despite it being well done in general. I don't think I need this. I haven't tasted it yet, but let's try it. You should be able to hear me better now. Sorry about that. So when my in-ear monitor turns off, it messes with the audio on my PC because it gets confused onto what the output is or the input, which makes it like, for some reason it turns down the setting gain on my microphone, and I have no idea why. Better? Awesome. I have like it's like one of those things that like it's like a cross connector on the computer, like in the inside of its thinking process that makes it do that, and like there's nothing I can really do to fix that. That's another thing you just live with, right? No, it's like a new problem, so I haven't like lived with it. So audio systems are touchy and sensitive. They really are. Even the analog kinds that I just have around. I'm going to try a little bit of this beef. I want to see what we got working with here in terms of flavor and seasoning. So, oh, I'm zoomed in. Hi. Good to see you all. Here. Whoa. That is jammed up with flavor. It's also done. The fat needs to be drained off of it. It's a little greasy, but it's done. A little spicy, but not too spicy. At least analog is easier to troubleshoot. That's why I became decent at audio routing in my PC, is because I could envision wires going from one thing to another, because that's what I had dealt with for so long. And people are like, I don't get it if you just like do this thing. I'm like, you have to like imagine that it's a physical wire going from point A to point B, and then from point B to point C. And then there's some other processor that you stuck them in between, that it comes in one and it comes out the other, you know? And it's just like, oh, and that helped me understand. That took me a while to like visualize, but once I could visualize it, it became a lot easier. I'm going to eat the shit out of that. Fact. But I'm going to push all of the beef to the side. I don't think I can actually drain it. It's like there's like not enough grease coming off of it for me to drain it. Uh-oh. Hang on. I want to make sure I can hear my monitor on OBS. Okay. Like that. Cool. Awesome. I was a little worried for a second that I oversalted it. It's perfect. Perfect. If I salted it more, it would have been too salty, because the way that it seized up everything. And I'm not even going to use all of this ground beef. That's the other part. So I don't mind taking some of this and like adding it to my instant ramen. So one of my, I mentioned it very briefly earlier. I didn't want to like, I don't like going into things without doing them. I have a lot of things that I'm doing that I haven't put out there yet. But one of the things is actually going to be a TikTok that is separate from my regular one. And it's going to be about taking my leftovers and turning them into something else. Quick 30-second turnaround. Hey, this is what I did with leftovers from this. Because almost every time I do these streams, I cook something secondary. I cook something very secondary. Big moves, right? Like to Montreal, or to LA, or to San Diego, or to... Who else moved? Who else is moving? Or to New York. There was another one. I don't know if they told anybody. But one more taste of the beef. My bowl of beef for good measure. This is my cereal. Or to Philly. Oh yeah. Big moves to Philly. Yeah, I forgot about Philly. Everyone always forgets about Philly, even the people who live in Philly. I'm just like eating it. It's perfect. It tastes like lamb merguez sausage with no fennel. No fennel. But it's ground beef. So I'm going to probably have a little bit of that for ramen at some point. Alexa, Sam, Non, and Barry. I mean, Corgi Pasta moved. She said that in public, though. Yeah, Corgi Pot already moved. All right, I gotta stop eating this. Or do I? No, I gotta stop eating this. But so I got this greased up pan situation right here. There are more. Yeah, dude. So many people moved, and frankly, I just think it's a natural progression of like you want to be where things will challenge yourselves, and you have the resources to make something better happen for yourself. It's just the way it is. It's hard living in a city. It's not just overwhelming, but everything is more expensive. There's just more stimulation and things going on. But once you get used to it, you'll wonder why you were like, of course you wanted to live there. Ashley, yeah. I just wasn't mentioning Ashley because I don't know if she had mentioned it before or not. I think she did, but I'm not there all the time. Marie just moved too. Yeah. No, Ash Lily Rose. Where did Ashley move to? I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just like kind of chilling. Maybe inventory knows. I got some tacos here with my greased up pan that still has some chunky business going on it. I'm gonna throw down and warm up my my tortillas in here. Yeah, I don't know if she said it. I didn't want to say anything. If everything is secret until I hear them say it in front of 100 people. I moved to the city because in my own business, if you want to challenge yourself and make your life a lot harder, you move to the city for good reasons. But that's just something I've always been around anyway, because if you live in the Northeast United States, you live near cities, so you've been to them generally, and you know what they're about. So it's just kind of like inevitable. But the idea is always to move back out. You don't want to, I don't want to be in a city forever, but like it, you take what you gain, they take from you, the city takes from you, you take from it at the end, and then you go somewhere where you can be a big fucking deal, you know? And yeah, I said it like that because that's what it's about, you know? And you live where you're going to be most comfortable. Enjoy yourself the most, because that's the point of living, right? We're not working all the time. I told one of my bosses, who's also one of my really good friends, I was like, you know, it's really hard when you're your own time manager to tell yourself that you shouldn't be productive every single moment that you have a second. Which I'm wildly productive. And it's disgusting. It disgusts me. I know it's wrong. But like, they immediately said what I would have said to them, which is, I'm like, that's why we're friends. And they're like, you have the capitalist mindset. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, capitalism and capitalistic society teaches you that that's the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like, you're right. We are conditioned. And they're like, yep. Inventory or Liam is in a cursed privileged scenario, being unable to move because rents have doubled. So I hate where I am, but it's so affordable I can't go anywhere else. Feel that. You have to settle with what you got until it works for you to do something else. Just keep doing your thing. We always want results sooner than later. Sometimes things just take a lot of time. I've said it before, but having my bowl of beef cereal while I'm warming up my tortillas. I'm going to show you some peppers. Because, oof, spicy things. Say patience is a virtue. I say it's a condition of being. I have a lot of these, but not all of them look good, so I'm going to take those ones away. These are called Buena Mulata peppers. What else are you putting in your tacos? I'm going to chop up some of my cooked shishitos. I look up and it's just me twice. Come on, man. All right. I'm going to chop up some of my cooked shishitos and my other peppers that I have here. They're called Buena Mulatas. They were brought by... They actually have a history, I believe, where somebody home grew some peppers near New Orleans. A jazz band's mother person like was growing awesome peppers. And so we got these. Purple peppers. Purple peppers. Buena Mulatas. Very, very spicy. Very spicy peppers. And I would say they're on par with like a really hot Serrano. So I'm not going to really need a whole lot of them. But when I cut into them is when it got interesting. I'm going to choose a couple of the good ones. I'll just cut the tip off of that one. And I'll save a bunch for something later. Probably my ramen that I'm talking about. I'm going to flip these so I don't forget about them. Feel free to use an actual kitchen utensil, like a human being, rather than nonchalantly taking your fingers from the burning ashes of the wake here. But cutting our little rotten tip off and the back end of it, I want to cut these long and on an angle because I want to. Because I've cut a few of these already. I've used them as bolsters for my tamale. I've used them for my tamales. I've used them for just my ramen. I've used them in a ramen already. A stir fry. I used them in a stir fry. But the inside of them are white, which is awesome and fun. Are peppers relatively in season, or are these peppers relatively in season? I'd say all peppers right now are like peaking. They've been peaking for probably a month. And it's really good. Peppers and summer, it's like one of those fruits, you know, that like work their way out in the summer. They get really hot and delicious. Yeah, tamales. I bought them. I have a bag of maseca. So instant masa maker, flour mix, where I need to figure out how to use that. I'm going to make real tamales. So for anyone that didn't know or hasn't seen the VOD or anything like that, I did make smoked plantain tamales at one point. And they were awesome. I made them with a combination of, instead of using the lard, so tamales are usually like the instant masa or whatever masa. Hey, Drewster, what's up? And lard. Lard is what you use to thicken it and to moisten it, if you will, with oil maybe. Some oil and lard, essentially. These are going to be done. I use sweet plantains instead of the lard.